Good morning, everyone. I am Yoruba Butler, and I serve as the Strategy Director for Post-Secondary Access at Alabama Possible. Welcome to our College and Career Decision Day. Celebrate Your Students' Next Steps webinar. Let's get started. We'd like to recognize and thank our sponsors for supporting this work and making this webinar possible. Without their support, Alabama Possible would not be able to provide assistance that we do without a participation fee. The Alabama Goes to College works closely with several partners to implement the initiatives that we're going to discuss today. Thank you to our great partners, Alabama Commission on Higher Education, Alabama Community College System, Alabama State Department of Education, and Get Educated, the Common Black College application that helps promote applying and enrolling students at 65 historically Black colleges and universities. A few housekeeping notes before we get started. Please keep your microphones on mute at all times to avoid any feedback during the presentation. This webinar will be recorded and posted to YouTube/Alabama Possible should you want to revisit any of this content. You can submit questions throughout the webinar using the chat feature. We will collect these questions and answer them towards the end of the presentation. In addition, we have poll questions throughout the webinar, which are designed to get your real-time feedback. We would love it if everyone would participate in these poll questions. This portion of the webinar is especially important if you are a high school educator. It is imperative that you stay through the entire webinar because there will be poll questions at the very end as well. By doing this, it is the only way you will be eligible to receive professional development credit. Answering the poll questions will not be time-consuming, as we understand you are exceptionally busy. We hope this lessens the burden of having to complete a separate survey after the webinar. And for our social workers, we will have a QR code at the end of the webinar that will provide you with the opportunity to earn 1 contact hour of general education. Once you have scanned the QR code and submitted the information required, please contact us by emailing algoestocollege@alabamapossible.org, and we will email you your CE contact verification form. Educators, please share your efforts using the various platforms of social media as you continue to build a college-going culture within your community. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. We also encourage you to use the following hashtags when promoting your efforts. Now, if you logged on a little bit late, we want to make sure you're able to register your school for the Alabama Goes to College campaign. High schools can sign up at alabamapossible.org/register 2023-24. We'll drop this link in the chat now. On the registration form, all schools are listed alphabetically. So there will be a way for you to check and see if your school is already registered. We only need 1 submission per school. There are 3 main components of the Alabama Goes to College campaign. First, Cash for College. The Cash for College's goal is for every graduating senior to complete the FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid before they graduate from high school, so that they can access federal, state, and institutional aid to pay for their education after high school. Second is the Alabama College Application Campaign. The Alabama College Application Campaign is part of a national effort to increase the number of first-generation college students and students from low-income families pursuing a college degree or other higher education credential. The primary purpose of this effort is to help high school seniors navigate the complex college application and admissions process, and to ensure they apply to at least one post-secondary institution. Our third component is our College and Career Decision Day. College and Career Decision Days celebrate students committing to pursue their education past high school, whether to obtain a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, a certificate or industry-recognized credential, entering the military, or pursuing a skilled trade. Now, let's look at today's learning objectives. First, what is College and Career Decision Day? Second, when should we celebrate? Third, who should be involved? Fourth, how should we celebrate? And lastly, where to start? Now let's look at our first poll question. And it reads, due to the changes of this year's FAFSA process, is your school or program employing any targeted strategies to assist with summer build? Now, the definition for summer build is the event in which high school graduates are supported in navigating college enrollment tasks so that those who intend to enroll actually matriculate in the fall. Now, May, if you deploy that poll question for us, please.
Yes, everyone should see that on their screen now. We'll give you a few moments to respond. And then for anyone who has indicated no, or I'd like to learn more, we would be happy to follow up with you to discuss some summer build resources that we're looking on at, and we'll show you one of those resources on the next slide. But right now we have about half of our attendees who have responded to this question so far. I'm going to give it about 30 more seconds.
I'll protect you. Hello.
Rochelle, did you have a question?
No, it was done by accident. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. All right, it looks like we've now had most everyone respond. So around 50% of attendees indicated no, they don't have any targeted strategies to assist summer build, but then a quarter of our participants have indicated that they would like to learn more. So I'm going to end that poll now and then proceed to the next slide where we have some information for you.
All right, thank you, May. Now, after seniors graduate, some of them still have various tasks that they have to complete before they can pursue their post-secondary pathway in the fall. Before the summer begins, we're asking that you ensure that your students are informed about the following: upcoming deadlines regarding housing, orientation, tuition, etc., for their intended programs, having their FSA ID, username, and password, contact information for summer staff in your district that would be able to provide them with assistance, and of course, our Alabama Goes to College help desk telephone number, where they can reach us by phone or by text. Now, during the summer, please see if there's any staff who can assist your students with obtaining the following information or items. Some examples are official transcripts, ACT fee waivers, and/or enrollment deposit fee waivers. Now, what is College and Career Decision Day? College and Career Decision Day is a nationwide movement that first began with former First Lady Michelle Obama's Reach Higher initiative. It provides a chance to rally around local students within their community by showing them your support. College and Career Decision Day celebrates students' choices and making commitment to higher education, enlisting into the military, or by entering the workforce. This is a great opportunity for educators, parents, and family members to encourage those students pursuing education past high school to inspire and encourage them along their journey. When planning for your events, know that they can be celebrated either virtually, in person, or both. When should you celebrate College and Career Decision Day? College and Career Decision Day can be celebrated during the month of May. Educators can choose to celebrate on one day, a few days, or even up to a week. Please go register your event at College Signing Day. You will receive a copy of this presentation with the link included. Who should be involved? Parents, guardians, faculty, staff, and counselors, especially because they have been on the educational journey with the students. School administrators, community representatives, and other students. They know how to best motivate their classmates, and this can also be used as an inspiration for underclassmen on what to do during their senior year. Local elected officials, such as the mayor, city councilmen, and councilwomen, state representatives, celebrities, or people of influence that are relevant to the students, and local media, broadcasters, radio personalities, and/or newspapers. Now, how should we celebrate? During this time of celebration, you can honor your students virtually by using social media and in person, which is the most fun. Here are a few examples. If you choose to do virtual celebrations in the form of webinars, consider including a keynote speaker that can provide motivational words of encouragement for the students. Students can also take an active part of posting videos online. When considering social media, your students can share pictures of themselves in their paraphernalia of their choosing, representing their post-secondary decision. You can also use signs and post information on social media using the following hashtags. Celebrating in person, as previously stated, is the most fun. If this is an option, consider having a pep rally so students can wear their paraphernalia while also taking pictures to commemorate the event and post them on social media. Other ideas can be going on an educational excursion, taking pictures of students in their caps and gowns, holding signs of what their professional aspirations are, and by creating a college map. The map can be a bulletin board indicating locations in which staff and faculty members attended college. You can use pictures, logos, mascots, etc. Lastly, for those of you with a competitive yet creative nature, you can host a door decorating contest. Now, how to celebrate. Some ideas as to how you can celebrate your students on your campus can be preparing a senior PowerPoint to share on social media that includes pictures and the students' names. Have a senior roll call. You can create a commitment to my future pledge and send it to the students and/or have them recite it during an event. And if you're looking to do more in-person activities, you can host a family college night and have your students post pictures on social media. Some ideas of how to celebrate your students within your community can be having seniors to decorate their mailboxes, doors, and windows at their residence. People within the community can send notes or place cards in the mailboxes of graduates. These are great mementos that parents will enjoy just as much or more than the students. Make this a campus event by including your sophomores and juniors in the celebration process. They can assist with decorating, planning, and preparing to celebrate their classmates. Now, where should you promote the event? Social media is a fantastic resource. Make sure to use the platforms where you know your students and even their family members frequent. Now, of course, Facebook is most popular with the parents, but you can also go to Instagram, X, and Snapchat. We also suggest other mediums such as your school's website, campus calendar, local radio, and television stations. Now, where should you start? First, choose your date. Make sure to register your event at Better Make Room. Use their college signing day toolkit. And remember, you'll be getting this presentation, so the links will be included for your convenience. Now, we have some of your fellow educators who will be sharing some of their best tips that they have used during the Alabama College application campaign. Today, we have 3 presenters. Cheryl Smith, counselor with Student Services and Support at Auburn High School. Kimberly Montgomery, senior counselor at Decatur High School. And Carla McDonald, senior counselor at Oxford High School. Cheryl, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. What I'd like to share with you is some things that we've done to prepare for our Decision Day event. And we know that Decision Day is a accumulation of events that happen really over the course of a student's education career. So the first moment that student arrives on our campus, and they participate in a field trip or field day or 4th grade wax museum or career fairs, or get a chance to see college recruiters and military recruiters. We are all preparing those Alabama students for college and career readiness, and then for their ultimate decision day. But it is important to have a plan once you are at that senior year. And early identification of your calendar dates is important. Like right now, we have our 2025 dates on the calendar with our central office, so that notification of our district public relations coordinator of the dates that we've selected ensures the availability of our district leaders, our mayor, and other officials to be able to attend our events, because it's been planned well in advance and they have been notified. We also have to coordinate with other areas within our campus, including the counselors, coordinate with the career coach, our CTE director, our technology department, our media specialists, and even our junior ROTC instructors. Many of you may know that Auburn is a pretty big school. We have 2,200 students in grades 10 through 12. So we have nearly 700 seniors. So over time, we've had to be a little bit more creative with how we celebrate their decisions at the end of the year. Nobody wants to sit through a 6-hour awards day program. So we have developed some things that require some planning in advance. We've had to kind of be out of the box thinkers. One of the things that we do is make sure that even in the summer and early fall is when we start our preparations for that upcoming year. In the first advisory class, students complete a very simple yet informative exit survey. And this survey provides us with initial information about what the students' plans are and what they plan to do. And we can use that information as we are continuing throughout the year planning for spring events. Also in the fall, the junior ROTC cadets are given tutorial and accessing the ROTC portal for scholarships, and getting more information about the military branches to see if there's a best fit for them. Our school does participate in the fall Alabama College application campaign with daily random drawings for seniors who provide proof of their college application. And we take a "I applied" picture and post it on a wall in one of our main hallways at our school. So in October, we take those pictures and they stay up all year. So all year long, students are being celebrated, even just during that process. But to make that happen during the summer and early fall, we're making requests to community members, our athletic department, and other stakeholders to provide gift cards, Auburn High gear, prom and graduation tickets, a full cap and gown graduation packet, and more for our students as an incentive to participate in that college application week campaign. In spring semester, the counseling department requires that seniors complete a final decision form and give them 3 progressive deadline dates for submitting the form, where they list the college that they've selected and all the scholarships they've been awarded with accompanying letters. That allows them to announce what they have so far, and as additional information becomes available, they can continue to update us. Our media specialist is tasked with promoting Senior Spotlight PowerPoint slideshow that goes on social media. So any information that we're receiving from the seniors, we're also funneling that to our media department so that they can begin preparing that PowerPoint show. In January, we start preparations for a dessert reception where we connect our scholarship recipients with the scholarship granting agencies for an informal, kind of formal but informal event that includes a slideshow, but also backdrops for photo taking so they can meet, shake hands, show gratitude in a more of a small, intimate setting. But of course, parents and everybody is invited, but it's not as big as having 700 people in an auditorium. And then we, in advance, make yard signs. And we start doing that in the fall so we can have them ready. And then students are able to get a yard sign to put in their yard to announce whatever it is that they're wanting recognized for them as a senior. So they can place the yard sign in their yard throughout the month of May, and it takes the celebration from the school to the community and then to the neighborhoods of our seniors. And those are some things that we do in order to prepare and plan for our recognizing our seniors for Decision Day activities.
Thank you, Cheryl, so much. Okay, Kimberly, the floor is yours.
Hey, good morning. I'm Kim Montgomery. I'm the senior class counselor here at Decatur High School. And I have with me today, I would not have been able to do this presentation without her. This is Julia Agnew. She works for the Decatur City Schools. She's the career coach for the Decatur side, and she is my FAFSA VIP this year. I'm going to start with kind of a brief summary of what we've done up until this point, and then we'll address what our plans are for the rest of the school year and into the summer. In the fall, we created an updated FAFSA ID form for the students to fill out. And then we've kind of divided and conquered with our seniors. And so when I was doing transcript audit reviews in November, Miss Agnew and our other district career coach, Miss Crook, went into our senior classrooms to help students set up their FAFSA IDs, so those would be ready. And then, of course, we waited until the form opened after Christmas, and we coordinated with the career coach, Miss Agnew, to go into the senior classrooms while the counselors worked with registration. They worked with the seniors to do their part of the FAFSA forms. We did have one parent night. We worked really closely with Calhoun Community College. They have been a huge help to us, especially this year. And I'm going to let Ms. Agnew tell you what she plans to do for the rest of the school year, and then I'll talk more about the summer.
So as Ms. Montgomery said, and I'm sure you've all experienced, some of the hiccups that FAFSA has presented this year, we really tried to get ahead of it, but as you know, most things were delayed. And so when we started with our FSA IDs in the fall and then went straight into January, we really focused on having them all make their FSA ID, creating their account, and then going into the classrooms to work on the applications. And what I've been doing really since January, since the application opened, is calling each senior down one by one because the AIC portal has not yet. Now, I did see this morning, I saw my students' names on the egg portal, which is exciting, but I did not see any data yet. It does not tell me if they've completed it or submitted or processed. So what I've been doing is calling them down, continuing to work on it. If they've finished, I have had them show me their submission summary so that I can see, of course, we haven't been able to make corrections, but we have gone in so that I could tell them, hey, if your school is asking for any information from your FAFSA, this is what they're looking for. So you can at least take a screenshot of it, have them, show them your submission summary. We have met, I've had lots of appointments this year, lots more with parents, just because they, maybe have done FAFSA in the past for another child. They're not sure how to log back in. Maybe they've used a different email address. We've had some issues with them being able to get back into their account. And we've also had some parents who do not have social security numbers. So we've had to scan in the verification forms, whether it's a passport or a utility bill, and send that in for the ID verification part for them. So luckily, most of our students are helpful in the translating area, so they can come in with the parent and help translate, and then I can just scan the form in for them. What we're planning to do moving forward, I'm still meeting, I just go alphabetically. I have a spreadsheet and I make notes on where we are in their application, and then I call them back in. They get real tired of seeing my face by the end of the year. And then Miss Montgomery is going into lunches on May 6th and 7th, and we're going to set up a table. She's actually going to be verifying the pronunciation of their names for the graduation ceremony. And I'm going to sit next to her with a stack of waivers and with my spreadsheet. So if I have not gotten them, if I have not seen them, sometimes they're absent, that's when we're going to catch them, hopefully. So that's our plan. I'm going to keep meeting with them as the school year goes on. I'm a 10-month contract, so I will not be here through the summer, but Miss Montgomery is 12-month. And so she'll let you know kind of what she plans to do this summer.
Okay, first I wanted to address, as far as the counseling piece of this goes, I really had to do a lot of encouraging of students who are college bound, but have felt like giving up on the FAFSA because their parents haven't been able to verify their identities and issues like that. So I've had to do a lot of encouragement, don't give up. I promise we're going to help you. We're going to get this done, and I am on a 12-month contract, so we'll be working all summer. I foresee my working closely with some parents. I actually may have to schedule some parent meetings, later in the evening, maybe in conjunction with baseball and softball games and things like that, for parents who work all day during the day and are still having trouble with verification. This summer, I plan to do whatever I need to do to get, the parents' IDs verified. If that is, scanning documents to upload, if that is putting them in touch with their chosen school's financial aid office, we'll just see what we have. It's been, as it's been very challenging, and it's been kind of a wait and see. So that's what I have on my agenda probably until college starts in the fall.
Yeah, I think that I even talked with a parent the other day. A lot of my students will say, hey, can you FaceTime my parents? And I'm like, well, we'll call them. I don't need to FaceTime them. And then we will talk on the phone, and some of them will say, well, I've heard that FAFSA is not really good. It's not, it's because their kid's not getting their money, or they haven't gotten their money this year. And so then it deters the student, and they think, well, this is not legit. This is a scam. This is like a bank loan, and I keep telling them it's because the application's new and they're working out some kinks. I promise you it's going to work. It's money that you're going to get to go to college that you do not have to pay back. And it truly is a make it or break it decision for some kids that can't afford college otherwise, and they need that Pell Grant. And I know that they're going to get it. And so we just like Ms. Montgomery said, we have to keep encouraging them to finish it. And hopefully they will.
And so, yeah, the group that we have targeted for this summer for working with them is going to be our students who have not been able to make corrections, who have not been able to verify parent identities, and the ones that we know are college bound. So that's where we are.
It's been a lot of trial and error.
Thank you so much, ladies. All right, Carla, bring us through.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining in and having me. I've been given the task. We know that planning an event can be a very large lift, and how are some ways that educators can take on this event with limited resources? So we know that resources can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. That could be your people, your staff, whether it's donations, your location, your participants. One thing is, in your planning phase, do not be afraid to ask for help. As a senior counselor, I feel like I have to do it all to make sure it's done correctly. And so taking on one more thing in the spring is just a huge burden. But knowing that I can ask for help, getting a team that you can trust, find those people that are willing to work with you and will take some of that load off of you. So about 90 days out, just if you have a plan, I actually get with administration just to kind of set the initial date and try to confirm a location. If you have limited resources, just utilizing what you have, trying to be cost effective. I try to let asking for funds be a last resort, trying to utilize things that are already available and free. If you have an educational foundation, for us, we have a group of retired educators that are always willing to help and assist in with any event or anything that we have going on. They just want us to reach out. And I've also found that when reaching out for support, having a purpose, letting them know what the event is, what the purpose is, and what you need up front actually helps. When you go to them on the latter part, opposed to giving them the information up front, it seems to help. Reaching out to local businesses. Local businesses really want to help. They're part of your communities and they want to help. A lot of times they don't know about events until afterwards, and another business mentioned to them that, oh, I did this for such and such school. And so I actually get calls a lot saying, hey, you know, my business can do this or do that for you the next time you have something. We would love to be included. Businesses love to give donations, whether they're restaurants or industries. They want to have their name out in our schools and in our communities. I reach out to them for promotional materials, and typically all of this is free. If you are in a area where you have a local university or community college, those are absolutely great resources that could be free. Jacksonville State University and Gaston State Community College, we work well with, and we have partnerships with those schools. So I reach out to those schools beginning the first day of school. And so they know this planning phase. We invite them to be on campus for this event. We invite them to bring their yard signs that they're going to give out to the students. We have them wait until this event so that they can give them out with our students here on campus. Also, throughout the year, when I have college reps coming in, I ask those college reps if they will bring in some of their school swag, paraphernalia, so that when we have this big event, we have students that have enrolled in their college and they're able to wear some of their paraphernalia without having to go out and purchase it, or just bring lanyards or water bottles that we can display when we are actually having the event. And once again, all of this is free, and college reps have this swag that they really want to display because it's promotion for them. About 60 days out, just start saving date reminders, utilizing our on-campus media. We have a media department, and she's really good to interview students, interview me, just to kind of get the information out to our staff. One thing that I do when we come back for after Christmas break is to go ahead and just kind of mention it to your staff that's going to come up so that they get that buy-in and being there in person. An email, sometimes they're misunderstood or they're half read or not read at all. And so they say, oh, I didn't know, I really didn't know. So to reach out to the staff, especially those that teach seniors, hey, we're having this event, this is the purpose, this is what it is. We want you all to get involved. And, how would you like to help? And what could you do? And so they bring about their ideas. So it's not all what I did, or they all, give their input. Also, utilizing everybody on campus. We want every adult on campus to feel like they are a part of this, from our administrators to our custodial and cafeteria staff. The custodials help with the logistics of setting up tables, setting up chairs. Do we need things hung? Do we need things taken down? The cafeteria, hey, maybe they're going to serve refreshments for us. And then our administrators just there support, inviting our community stakeholders, our board members. Having their presence is really means a lot to our students. Most schools have career coaches, and if you are blessed to have career coaches, here we have one for our middle and high school, and we have one for elementary school. I utilize them a lot. Utilize your career coaches. They would love to be involved, at least mine are, and I pretty much hand this task over to them. I am there to assist them, but I pretty much hand this over to them. They have those great connections with the businesses, with the industries, and they know how to bring those partnerships in and get those donations. Towards those last 30 days, I'm really just over communicating that this event is really important. I'm putting it on the kids, the class of 2024, their social page that I have here at the school, securing donations and organizing, how things will be distributed, and communicating the roles and responsibilities. Now, also we utilize the military because we have students that are going to be enlisted. And then we also have like one of the employment services that's in our community to come in. And so we have students that are going straight into the workforce. So we like to have them enrolled, enlisted, or employed. So we have colleges here on the 4-year and 2-year. We have the military here, and we have like a employment service here where students also can apply that day for employment after school. And so it's just utilizing, asking for help, and trying to be very cost effective. And I think just, asking for that help and not being afraid to ask for help.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for your insight. It's truly appreciated. So as we follow up, we're sharing the Reach Higher, Better Make Room, and College Signing Day links with you. If you're familiar with the College Signing Day website, just be aware that it will forward you to their new page. Now, we'll take a quick pause to remind you that if you have any questions, to please place them in the chat now. And May, did you happen to see any questions? I didn't see any in the chat as of yet.
There are none on my end as well.
Okay. So if there are no questions, we're going to take a few more poll questions that give us feedback on today's presentation. We encourage everyone to participate, but especially high school educators need to do so to participate and receive professional development credit. Your answers to these questions will not be shared with anyone. So May, please let us know when you want us to move forward in discussing how educators need to record their professional development credits.
Yes, so you should see on your screen right now 2 questions relating to satisfaction. After we go through this set of questions, we'll have one more set of questions, so please hang on. But we're going to give this first set a few more moments for people to respond.
I'm not seeing the questions.
Are you by chance using a dual monitor? Sometimes it will pop up on the other screen.
Well, I've looked. I see, take a quick survey. I appreciate your feedback. See that in
That might be it. That's that sounds different than how it usually presents, but if you see two questions, then that should be it. It looks like almost everyone has responded, in which case I'm going to end this first set and then launch our second set. All right, so you should see on your screen now 4 questions relating to confidence with college and career decision day, if you take a moment to answer those. And I'll give it about 30 more seconds. We have almost everyone with a response submitted. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this poll, and we'll provide you with some more information on claiming professional development credit. Thank you so much for your responses.
Thank you, May. All right, and we want to thank everybody for your feedback. For high school educators to claim their professional development credit, you must visit this link and enter the following course number and section number. The course number is 309-514, and the section number is 499134. We will make sure to share this information again in the follow-up email, and you do not have to, if you do not register via this website, you will not receive professional development credit. And for our social work professionals, please make sure to scan this QR code so that you can earn your 1 contact hour of general education. As mentioned earlier, if you are in need of the CE contact verification form, please email us at algoestocollege@alabamapossible.org. Now, remember, this whole week is the White House Initiative's FAFSA Week of Action. Please continue to promote the FAFSA completion with your students, either in person, virtually, through social media, etc. We do encourage you to direct your students to the Alabama Goes to College help desk for any assistance, and that number is 334-316-6155. Now, I also wanted to share that with this White House initiative, it's our understanding that students will be able to go into their FAFSA at this time to make any corrections or updates to their form and to submit them in completion. We also want to remind you that this week is also NCAN's Spring Institute. The topic this year is pursuing effective advising for every student. And of course, the month of May is designated as the College and Career Decision Day. And lastly, we're hosting our Celebration Day and Professional Development webinar on June 5th. Now, as mentioned before, we want to encourage you, your students, and their families to call our help desk. You can reach us again at 334-316-6155 on the weekdays during regular business hours. And also be reminded that we can be reached by phone and or by text at the same number. Again, please feel free to send your students our way. We want to support you all the best way that we can. And as always, we would love to stay connected. You can find us at Alabama Goes to College or email us at algoestocollege@alabamapossible.org. Thank you so much for joining us today, and have a great rest of your week.
Thank you.